Mary, when she was pregnant, she was not a virgin in the sense that we know of the word virgin, meaning someone who never had sex. She was pregnant. So she was a young, unmarried woman. By implication, according to the Greek definition of the word parthenos, with the word virgin came from in the New Testament, right? So she was a young, unmarried woman. By implication, her being pregnant, she was a young, unmarried woman. So we believe that she was never had sex because that's what we were told. That's what we were brought up as. But none of us, I don't believe, ever looked into it. What's good, y'all? Tyrell Ferguson Bay, and I got another video for you guys. I made this video last week, but it was kind of dark when I recorded. I recorded in my car. It was getting dark. Sun was going down, so it was not good quality. So I just wanted to re-record it again. So it's a week after Mother's Day, but I made this video for Mother's Day, and I wanted to say Happy Mother's Day to everyone. I know I'm a week late, but I also wanted to specifically say Happy Mother's Day to all the young mothers out there, young single mothers, young unmarried mothers, because a lot of times young unmarried mothers are, put down or saying they made a bad decision, stuff like that. It may not be the best decision, but children are a blessing. So I just want to say, Happy Mother's Day to you if no one wished you a Happy Mother's Day because you're young or because you're unmarried, etc. But in getting into that, I made several videos about Christ having a biological father, right? So Christ having a biological father, and where did I get that from? I get that from the genealogy of Christ that's in Matthew. It said these are the generations of Christ, right? And it goes down through freaking Abraham, through, it says Ruth, it goes through David, of course, all the way down to Joseph, the husband of Mary, is in Jesus's lineage, in Jesus's genealogy. I was mixing genealogy and lineage. But Joseph is in Jesus's lineage, right? So with that, Joseph's father is in Jesus' lineage and Joseph's grandfather. So it's all Joseph's lineage all the way up. So Joseph is Jesus's biological father based on the Bible. So look in Matthew, get Jesus's genealogy. Also, you can look in Luke. I think it's Luke 3. So Luke also has Jesus's genealogy. For some reason, it has a different genealogy, but it still has Joseph, right? Joseph as the father. Just Joseph's father is different, right? So, with that being said, Joseph is Jesus' biological father. So, with that being said, Mary being a virgin, because I'm not changing that she wasn't a virgin, I'm not changing that. So, with her being interacting with Joseph, Jesus' biological father, and her being a virgin, what kind of virgin was she? And you're asking, like, what kind of virgin? So, virgin to us means a person who never had sex, right? Person who never had sex, that's a virgin, right? But that's one definition of a virgin. Another definition of a virgin is someone who's young, a young unmarried woman. A maiden is another definition. Someone who's new to a particular subject is a virgin. That's kind of slang though. But the old definition of virgin, it'll say archaic in some definitions. The archaic, the old definition, just meant a young unmarried woman, right? And most young unmarried women are virgins who never had sex. But someone who's young and unmarried doesn't necessarily mean that they never had sex, right? So let's get into that. So virgin, in the prophecy where it said a virgin will conceive and have a child or have a son, that virgin in the Bible came from the Hebrew word alma, all right? And alma meant just a young unmarried woman. That's what a young woman of a marriageable age, all right? Other forms of virgin in the Bible, when it's speaking of people who never knew a man, right? And again, Mary, she said she never knew a man, right? but she took actions after that. She was told by an angel she would conceive. So what did it mean to conceive? So when she was told she would conceive, she said at that point, yeah, I don't know a man. But then she went to Elizabeth's house. Elizabeth's town was where Joseph was from, her fiance. And then when next time you hear of her leaving that town was when her, the baby, and Joseph were, leaving, I think, her hometown to go back to where he was from to do the census or pay taxes. I forget. But other forms of the word virgin in the Bible, Old Testament, in Hebrew, was the word Bethulah. And that was used regarding Tamar, Esther, and Rebecca, who were all virgins. So it's two different forms of the word virgin for these, describing these women who never been with a man. And then for the prophecy, they used the word Alma, which meant a young woman of a marriageable age, right? Young woman of a marriageable age, or virgin, right? It's two forms of the word virgin. So when we get into Mary, when she's told she would fulfill the prophecy, or she had fulfilled the prophecy in Matthew 1:23, the Greek word for virgin in that instance was parthenos. Parthenos meant, by implication, a young unmarried woman, by implication. All right. So Mary was not pregnant by not having sex. I don't know if I said that right. Mary, when she was pregnant, she was not a virgin in the sense that we know of the word virgin, meaning someone who never had sex. She was pregnant. So she was a young unmarried woman. By implication, according to the Greek definition of the word parthenos, with the word virgin came from in the New Testament. Right? So she was a young unmarried woman. By implication, her being pregnant, she was a young unmarried woman. So we believe that she was never had sex because that's what we were told. That's what we were brought up as. But none of us, I don't believe, ever looked into it. If we had looked into it, we would know virgin. If we looked up virgin, could also mean young unmarried woman. We know parthenos, the Greek word which virgin was translated from, meant unmarried woman by implication. We know the prophecy used the word Alma, which meant young woman of a marriageable age. And we know the difference between the other forms of virgin, which were used in Deuteronomy for the sex laws or the marriage laws. And when it spoke about Esther, Tamar, and Rebecca, they were all virgins who never had sex. And they used the word Bethulah and not Alma, which the prophecy used, which meant virgin or young unmarried woman. So, again, when we down these young women for, having sex at a young age, remember that, children are a blessing. Children are a gift from God. So if they get pregnant, was that not ordained by God? Was that not okayed by God, right? Because everything happens if you believe in God. If you don't believe in God, we don't have to watch this. You don't have to listen to what I'm saying. But if you believe in God, it was probably God's will for that to happen. It was God's will in prophecy for Mary to have a child unmarried. She had a fiance. She was pregnant before she got married. All right. So before we down women and stuff like that, we have to think about that. Who's telling us that it's wrong, right, to have a child before you get married when children are a blessing, right? Many marriages are not a blessing. I love my marriage. I'm good. But, there's a 50% divorce rate out there, right? And it's not about divorce. This is about Mother's Day and not downing women for having children at a young age. And part of that is this. I'm probably do this on Father's Day, but a lot of this is, part of the man's responsibility as well, because Joseph was righteous when he took care of his son. Young unmarried man got a young lady pregnant. He tried to hide her. He tried to divorce her and get away from her, right? She could have been stoned. But he was righteous. Why was he righteous? He didn't follow the law. The law said you stone her, right? Someone talked to him, well, it was a dream, said it was okay, but he was righteous because he knew what he did. He knew his part, and he took care of his child. That's what made him righteous, in my opinion, in my studies, right? Based off my studies, based off the genealogy of Jesus, right? Joseph was his biological father. He knew what action he took in getting Mary pregnant. He wasn't happy about it when he found out. But it was told, hey, God okays this. Take care of your child. And he was righteous in doing so. And he did the right thing in taking care of his child. So a lot of us men need to do the right thing in taking care of our children. Right? Regardless of if you're married, regardless of if you're young, right? You have a blessing, right? Take care of that child. You never know what your child can come out to be. In the case of Jesus, someone could be talking about your child in the future, 2,000 years from now, because of you taking your responsibility and raising that child up the way you know they're supposed to go, right? Regardless of what your traditions say, regardless of, what you've gone through, what you may be going through, right? Take care of your child, right? And happy Mother's Day to all those who have, right? And that's specifically what I want to make this video about, you know what I mean? We don't look at things like this, like Mary being a young unmarried woman, having a child that we believe is the savior of the world, right? And I believe he's the savior of the world by, his actions, and we're supposed to take those same actions. Because he said anything that he can do, we can do, and we'll do greater things than he, right? So I take that literally, right? When he says, ye are gods, doesn't your word say that ye are gods? I take that literally, right? I believe his words, right? And you should believe the words as well, because you're greater than you believe you are. You should believe that, hey, you're a son, you're a child of God. Jesus told you several times in Matthew 6, God is your Father, right? When he says, this is how you pray, our Father, right? He's letting you know that Joseph is his biological father. He says, our Father who is in heaven. So your Father as well. So know who you are, all right? And know that, things happen according to God's plan. And if God did not want you to be pregnant, you wouldn't be pregnant. If God did not want you to have that baby, you wouldn't have that baby, right? Be blessed. And this is Tyrell. And I think I'm out of here. I think I've made my point. So, happy Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day. Because, again, the video messed up. But let me know what you think about this. Comment below. You think I'm wrong? Show me I'm wrong. All right? That's the type of person I am. All right? I'll show you my evidence. Right? I'll show you my studies. I'll show you my notes. Don't just come up say you're wrong without some notes. I need some sources, all right? So if I'm wrong, show me sources, all right? This is Tyrell Ferguson Bay. I'm out, 1513. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.